Good afternoon, beautiful ladies, wonderful gentlemen. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Woo. Okay. It always feels good to laugh. Laughter is great for the heart, even though some people might make your heart stop depending on your health. You know what I'm saying? Laughter is great for the blood. It keeps it moving and flowing. Laughter is good for the soul. So it's always great to get a good laugh out, folks. Whenever you get a chance, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy a little laugh, but not at the stake of like others, like downfalls and stuff like that. But you know, get your good laugh on, folks. But don't make this whole life just be a joke. Because if you are a person who bear children and you allow your life to be a joke, and I'm talking about for real, I ain't talking about job, because hopefully you have income coming in. Hopefully you have shelter. Hopefully you have the basic needs. So we're not talking about that, but we talk about the preparation after the basic needs. And that's what we talk about. So after all the laughter and after all the roasting and after all the toasting, because people can roast and they can toast. We good for roasting, and then we good for toasting. Cheers. Putting the glass up. Cheers. Drink, pour a little liquor for somebody. Cheers. We can toast. We can say this for the dead homies. We can roast you. We can toast you. But how can we prepare for you? And that's where we at, folks. The preparation. Because every time I'm looking at different sites in regards to these NASA individuals, is 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of preparation. Before they launched this project last week, it was over 20 years in the making. So it took 20 years for them to get that rocket in the sky, from an idea to straight up into the sky. And so if they can take that much time and put in money and resources into a plan and an idea, how about we just stick to 5 years? Let's put together a 5-year plan. And our 5-year plan is a defense mechanism for whatever their 20-year plan was. Because it's important for you if you have a baby girl. It's important for you if you have a baby boy. It's important for you if you have a teenage girl. It's important for you if you have a teenage boy. It's important if you have a young man as a son. It's important for you that if you have a young woman as a daughter. It's important for you if your daughter has a son. It's important for you if your daughter has a daughter. It's important for you if your son has a son. It's important for you if your son has a daughter. And it's important for you to prepare a table for them. Don't think that your role was to bring these damn children into this freaking world and prepare nothing for them. That's not the roles. Don't think that your roles was to show these young babies to be just like you. And if you are one of those individuals who rely on the system for all shape, forms, and fashion, don't think that that's good quality individuals to come and be part of the world, to be part of this team. Because just like when you go to work, I'm going to use Walmart. Walmart is the corporation. Walmart is the company. Walmart is the job that you need to have, right? Well, when you come and you apply for a position at Walmart, and then you get that position, then they have you come down to an orientation. One of the key words they use when they are talking about Walmart and the quality of service of and representation of Walmart is one thing called team. When you go to Amazon and you get a job at Amazon, you are part of a team, a multi-billion-dollar team. It's not about your 17.24 hour or 22.25 an hour. It's about you being part of the team. And once we understand that we are part of a team, no matter what way we look at it, when you look at a law firm is a team effort. When they sit there and they tell you that you're going to have representation of a team, they give you a team of lawyers, the defense lawyer. Okay? You want your defense lawyer to be on point. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, folks. It's time for you and you and you and you and you all to become team players. And I ain't talking about for a game against one another. I'm talking about a game against situations that can occur in the times that we live in. And what we talk about just preparation. We need to be part of this preparation team. Because if you have a child, if you have a daughter, if you have a grandchild, a granddaughter. It's important for you to become part of this team. What's this team? It's an invisible team. It's just a mental state right now. We have to get into the mental state first, because once we get into the mental state, you form in line with the team. The operation will just form in line, because you'll find something to get involved with. Once you understand that it's going to take a team, it's going to take a village to raise a child. But I don't care about the children right now. Like I said about the school, and I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to understand that I'm more focused on the preparers, the ones who have to prepare. I want y'all to get focused right now, because it's important for us to be the ones that take the sacrifice, as opposed to us trying to put everything on the shoulders of the babies and say that, and as we sacrificing our children. So many fathers and mothers have put the burden on the children to be the one to get the degree. The children will be the success story. I'm gonna invest all mine into the child. Invest yourself right now to yourself. I look at so many of our women and they say it's all about the baby. And I'm like, you 31 years of age. Your baby, you have 2 kids. You have one who's 5, you have one who's 1. If it was all about the baby, right now, this child right here would be living good, because you already had one and you already used that excuse. And what I'm saying is, because we don't prepare, we get caught off guard, and then we live second by second, day by day, and we use excuses. It's all about this. I'm doing this for this. If you was doing it for that, you would have already prepared, because you had 9 months of that shit being in your belly. You're already prepared, because this. It's like we don't prepare for nothing. We wait for the last second to prepare for everything. And I'm shit, to be honest, them damn baby showers probably just because no one really prepared. No one had anything. So they started traditionally giving, because people wasn't really having, because people wasn't preparing. And I'm trying to get y'all to understand that it's time for us to start preparing for whatever the worst case scenarios could be. And that's how we stop sacrificing our children. That's how we stop putting the burdens on our children. That's how we really start doing for our children and the children, when we accept the burdens ourselves. Once you are at the age of 18, you have to look at 50 years of your life of living. From the age of 18, and you gotta say, what year is this? Let's say it's 2000. The year is 2000. I am 18 years of age. The year is 2000. I'm 18 years of age. The next 50 years of me being on this planet. And that's where you have to be mentally. Because at that 48th or that 43rd or that 40th year, you want to know that some form of security is really, truly there. As the people say, speak on experience. But like I say, but when you realize your purpose, that's when things become a little bit discouraging, because the team is not really playing as the team. And that's the secret I'm trying to tell you folks. There's so many people who's afraid to step into their purpose, because their purpose and their personal life is 2 different things. And so many people are so focused on your personal life that you are failing your purpose, because the purpose is the sacrifice. I jumped into my purpose actually when I hit 18. And from then on, I've been sacrificing myself all the way to this present day. Some real scary shit, folks. I chose my purpose at the age of 18. And every time, since I chose my purpose at the age of 18, every time I went astray from the purpose, matter of fact, I think I chose my purpose like when I was 16. And ever since I go astray from the purpose, bad things always happen because I'm going astray from the purpose because I already chose the path. And we got to realize that once you choose, it's like you can't really go back because to go back is like you go back into a loser bracket and you have a whole lot of things and obstacles that just be happening. You can get through them, but it's going to take a little teamwork. It's going to tell. It's going to be like, yo, with the blessing of this, with the this, and thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be really reaching out to all those things because you're going to see because you're in the loser bracket. And then when you get out, getting out the loser bracket is a great success story, but it's like we don't have to be in the loser bracket if we have more of a strong team. Loser bracket is like when you have tournaments and you have to win about like 3 games to get back into the regular league. You can't lose nothing in the loser bracket. I remember being in a tournament in baseball and we lost a game. We was in the loser bracket. We had to win like 2 games. We did that. Got out that shit. We won the championship. I think it was that year. You know what I'm saying, folks? So when I say loser bracket, we as a race are in this loser bracket. And what keeps us in the loser bracket is the comfort, the complacentness, the zone that they have us in. That's the loser bracket. And like I said, if anything was to happen on this planet and they do decide to colonize another planet, they're not taking the loser bracket because they're only looking for winners. You heard your president, Donald Trump, he said winning. We will win. He loved that word win. That was your president. That was your billionaire businessman. Win. That's their motto. They want to win. We will not lose. So they are not trying to take losers to colonize another planet. And because we are in the losing bracket as a race, it's not about you thinking that you got one success story because you will be used and abused on another planet. Shit. Yo, minority blacks, if y'all think y'all gonna go with these folks to another planet and think y'all gonna have equality, all right, minority blacks, because that's what y'all gonna be. Y'all gonna be the minority up there. So all y'all minority blacks who think you're gonna be colonizing the planet, and you think we had slavery here, we think you had a whole bunch of other whatever we had here, you guys would be rich slaves. You'd be rich yes-mens. And because they have to colonize the planet, it's all about sex. So your babies, your children will be all part of that sex slave trade that somebody by the name of Alex Jones believes is going on up there. He said that over 3 years ago. He said 3 years ago that that was their focus. To go to another planet where there's no rules and you make the rules as you go. And you talk about people who believe in pedophilia. Why you think Tyrese was paranoid when he was so about they trying to take my baby? Y'all ain't really know what he was talking about. These rich folks is in a different type of ball game. And the deeper and the more you play in that ball game, the more you sacrifice your children. Look at Will Smith and his children. The deeper you play in that ball game, and like I said, the ball game is coming out the rabbit hole. We digging ourselves in the rabbit hole that's coming out. So it's all about exposure time. So you guys playing the game, it's all about exposure time. It's no longer playing this game, folks. It's now time to be team players for us to win. And that means that all this stuff right here, all that have to come to an end. Otherwise, sound like a few people we know. Folks, we killing ourselves. We killing ourselves, folks, because we're not preparing. It's like we sacrificing our children. It's so funny because I was talking to this young girl. Well, this was years ago. This is like when I was, how old was I at this time? I was about 30. I was around 30, in between 35 to 32, one of those years. Can't remember. And I was talking to this younger girl. I met her and come to find out, she was younger, but who cared at that time? She was about like 25, 26. And maybe she was about like 20. Yeah, she was like 25, 26. I can't remember. It was kind of far back. And so I just remember something she said to me. And we was all, she was a little, she had, a little bit of common sense. So we have good conversations here and there if she's not into the phone. So, we had good conversations. And one thing she said, she blamed my generation. It was so funny because I'm like, what? Because she was younger than me. I had to remember she was actually younger. So she was blaming my generation for the failure of her generation. And it's going to be her generation that shows my generation that how to do it. And that itself was very scary, hurtful, powerful. We had a debate on it, like, "Are you crazy?" And so then I was trying to put the blame on the ones right before us, and she putting the blame on us. And it's like we all throwing blame on generations. It's like generational curses. We ancestral generational curses. We are really we passing down just the curses of not accepting what it is that we supposed to accept, and that stop sacrificing our children. If we're bringing the children to the world, it's important for us to bring these children into the world to become assets, not liabilities, because this world do not want to accept responsibility for liabilities. Whether it's your son that grows up to be a young man that becomes a man to a woman and he becomes her liability, she don't want to have to deal with that. Or he's a liability to the system. The system don't want to deal with that, even though they get paid off for him being a liability to the system. So they enjoy the payment, but they don't really want to be dealing with that liabilities. It's just so sad that they know it's such a good profitable business. They make it profitable for them too, because there's somebody who say, shit, I collect that money. I house them up. I house them up real good. So they take that responsibility of that liability. There's always somebody who take that responsibility for the liability of us, which is economic problems for the government. It's like we sacrificing our children. Like I said, I'm talking to all those folks who have children, whether it's one child, 2 kids, 3 kids, or a plethora of children. I don't care how many kids you have, but if you have a child, are we sacrificing our children? Are you sacrificing those children? Ways of sacrifice, are they just being used so that you can receive benefits? Are you sacrificing your children, mean that you are not raising them to become thinkers and creators and innovators? Are you raising them to become reliant? Can you complacent? Are you sacrificing your children? Oh yeah, today's Sunday. It's easy for us to sacrifice. Do you know that back in those biblical days, they said in this book, about biblical days, that they was tossing the babies into the fires? Okay, folks? sacrificing their children. China had such a major sacrifice that if you have more than this amount of boys, they killing them. Like, yo, do you understand the sacrifices that we lived upon, the rules of sacrifice that we've been living upon? Don't you think that all those sacrifices and sacrificial rituals that we've been practicing is somewhat embedded into us, and we have to break the ancestral curses of this and stop sacrificing our children? Oh, my baby girl, she's smart. Okay, and what that means? She's okay. She can handle it. Oh, really? That's you sacrificing her. That's you putting pressure on her. Where that baby girl, baby daddy? Where's her father? And what's y'all plan for her and for him? That's where we at right now. What is y'all plans? Did y'all really just nut them into the world and say they'll figure it out the same way they figured out the way this? This is funny. This is the way people live. Okay, this is how we live as human beings. Okay, this is the human being nature. Okay, I can just laugh. This is us. Okay, watch. We all are nuts. Every single person in this world is a nut. They came from a scrotum sac and they was a nut, a sperm. And so when you're born, you're born to that same sperm that lives by this rule of they will find a way. So because we found a way as a nut, as a sperm, and to get into this world, is that the same mentality that we have, that we just will find a way through the world itself? Do we live by that same sperm rule? Because see, before we got into the world, that's what it was about. It was about once the sex was happening, it was like, y'all get ready because one of y'all will find a way. Ready, set, go. And everybody was out from the race, trying to find a way. And you found the way. But you was already born in that. Once that intercourse took place, they already said, yo, you will find a way. One of you will find a way. One of you will find a way. And you found your way into this world. And is that the way we just grow up with that natural instinct that we will find a way? We will make a way. Oh, I got this. I will make a way. Oh, my child, he can handle this. He will make a way. Well, nah, folks, it's time to stop those sacrifices. Those sacrifices, once because once you got into the nut and once you got into the womb, it was, unless you popped yourself up out that motherfucker, you didn't just found a way. Someone had to navigate you through the canals and navigate you through those walls. Okay. Someone had to bring you into this world because you really couldn't find your way out that hole. So no matter what you think, folks, stop being nuts. Because yes, you might find a way, but there's always going to be doors that close, and it's going to take a team effort to open these doors. And that's where we at right now in life. We're at this one door in this video game that we're trying to figure out how to get through. And I came and told you that the only way to get through this door, because this is the final chapter, is you have to leave all that behind of what you was already taught. Because this door and what's in this room is different. So all that I is gone, 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 gone. Now it's about the we. We are happy that you found your way to this door. We are happy that you are here. Now it's time for us to move forward. And that has to be the mindset before the door is even opened. There's certain rules to open this door. Hope y'all can really comprehend this, because we're not going to be sacrificing no more children. We're not going to be putting the burden on no more children. Oh, my baby, oh, look at my baby. He's old. Oh, he's only like 1.5, 2 years of age. Oh, damn, look how big he is. Oh, he's going to be a football player. Oh, yeah, my baby going to be a football player. You're already putting your life burden on him. Feeding the nigga all extra food, making the nigga all fat and shit. Pumping him up. He don't even know why he's wobbling down the block because you like, you're going to be my football player. No, you made him extra fat. Now he's just lazy. As opposed to putting them in order, not just building them up and making them big, but putting them in that through all the routines inside the house. So his mindset when he leave the house is, I've been doing this with mom. I've been doing this with dad. I've been doing push-ups. I've been doing working out. Not putting that burden on someone else's, that liability. Or look at my child. Damn, how old is he? How much he weigh? He's 8. He weigh what? 120. Oh, he's gonna be a lineman. He could have been a running back, but you made him a lineman because you wasn't doing the things inside the house. Getting his mind right because you was trying to make him the key to your door. You were sacrificing him. And because you actually a little bit overweight, and now it's easy for him to be like, well, mom, like mom. I'm just like mom. And now he's not a football player, he's just an overweight kid. And because you didn't know how to make him your meal ticket because you were just sacrificing him. How many mothers out there sacrificing their son, looking at their son, they hear, oh, he gonna be this. Oh, he could, damn, look how tall he is. Oh, he gonna be a basketball player. And you sacrificing, he ain't nothing. You wasted all this money on the Jordans, you wasted all this money on all this stuff, and he ain't nothing. Because he ain't even having his mindset. You just sacrificing him. These Asian people go through hell. Their children be going through hell when it comes to this education. If you really have a real, true pull with the Asian community, yes, a lot of them really going to be strong with education. It's going to be way over 50%. But when you really just hear the conversation that those who's not, and they just stressed out because of the sacrifice that they go through for this education, the pressure that they have, you be like, damn, don't you, damn, I know you're ready to kill yourself. Sound like you're ready to kill yourself. Because when you look at a lot of their suicides, that's what it was about. Them being sacrificed. What your kids need, this what your children need. For them truly to be not sacrificed anymore. They need a family. They need their mother and they need their father figure amongst them, period. That's the start. So like I said, to get through this door, we have to have our minds right. The thought pattern has to be right. What you thought was right is not right. That independent woman don't get it, can't be allowed in this room. Because this room consists of family structure. And you would contaminate all those who are building the family structure to talk about independent women. Woo! Independent woman trying to get through the door with 3 kids. Gotta have your minds right when you come through this door. And that's why y'all stuck on the board that y'all stuck on. This is Noah's Ark. I'm at the door. This is factual opinion that's being dropped right here. Like, what is he talking about? This factual opinion. It's like, want to debate it, let's debate it. But it's not debatable. I'm at the door. I'm telling you. The best way I could put it is I had the keys to the FDMG, right? I had the keys to the FDMG. Umar said, keep those doors closed. Don't let nobody in these doors. That security dude, keep him outside. Don't let him in the building. I was at the door. I'm telling you that to get through this next board, I'm at the door with the keys. And one of the rules is that it's family structure over here. It's teamwork over here. It's no more I, it's we and us over here. I, independent starts off with I. See, I, independent. See, there's no more of that. It's wind dependent. Wind dependent. Put a W-I. Wind dependent. We're gonna win. New word, win dependent. And the women, if you want to see, for this, that's the W at the, see, it's, you want to be independent woman. We're gonna take the woman, the W, and we're just gonna put the W in front of it. So it's still it's still feminine, but it's win dependent. We're gonna do this shit. You're a win dependent woman. You're gonna win because you know how you're gonna win. And it's gonna take a team to win. There ain't no more independent shit. Learn how to be part of the team effort and stop sacrificing your children. All them fat ass babies because mother's like, oh, he gonna be, oh, that's my lineman. Auntie over the house like, and uncle drunk uncle like, oh shit, oh look at him, drunk uncle. And then y'all rolling off of that. And drunk uncle ain't even taking no time out to work out with the boy. I hope this is comprehending. Y'all, so you sacrifice your children because of the, because of the what? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's funny. Like I say, it's funny. It's laughter. Ha ha he he ho ho. But stop sacrificing your children because of that laughter in you. You're not serious. You're not serious with the 5-year plan. I salute, I salute every one of you who this do not, you know, resonate for. I mean, this doesn't count for you. This is not you. Salute. For example, I remember my man Chef Garfield. You know, he had a son, and his son actually did college. His son was about my age, and he finished up college, and he actually at this time he came up with a program where he made a video game, and he was getting some people who was looking to buy the video game. This is like 1998, 99, folks. Okay, 99, 98, one of those years, 2000, one of those years, maybe before 2000. But he was in the process of selling a video game. 20 some years strong, almost 25 years ago. So the man, and the chef, he was a chef. He was a chef. He had his own restaurant. He was a chef in the clubs. He was a chef in the UN. He did his thing. He made a lot of money. But then it was the beauty to see that his son too was doing the same. Like Gerald Levert, Eddie Levert. Understand what I'm saying? It's good to see your offsprings be able not to just do it on their own, but you was able to prepare a table for them. And it's not about, oh, he had it easy. See, that's what the devil did. The devil said, oh, he had it easy. He had it easy. Well, we were supposed to have it easy, folks. Anybody who hated on that was because you was part of a dysfunctional family. And we put so much hate out there. So much hate been put out there for what was really right. What is right was right. So what we did was we forced those kids who had a right life to go live a wrong, hard life to do it the hard way when they had it the easy way. Well, I want to do it myself, mom. I want to do it my own, because the peer pressure said, oh, you had it easy. No, he had a mother and a father who's preparing the table for him. And so we allowed the demon. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You cannot come in this door with that mentality. That mentality was infested with from all the ghetto rats across the world, all the haters across the world, all the have and have nots across the world. And even those people who had bread, but they didn't have the money like a Donald Trump might have, they even hate it. For example, let's say Donald Trump. Donald Trump was in college. This person was in college. Donald Trump dad say, yo, I'm gonna give you this $1 million and you're gonna make this happen. Their dad says, I'm gonna pay for your college tuition, I'm gonna give you this car. And then you can work at the company job so that you can make ends meet. And that person who got free college tuition by dad, mom and dad, but I'm just gonna say dad right now, okay? I'm just gonna say dad. Don't think I'm excluding mom. Because dad took care of tuition, dad bought a car, and dad gave you a position, a high good paying position in the family job, where you was making like, you're only 20 years of age and you making $90,000 a year with a car, and you in college and it's being paid for. But you would be the same person who's hating on Donald Trump, who dropped out of college. You had to finish college now. You graduated, that's what you got. He dropped out, his pops gave him $1 million. So you would hate on him. So this is the type of world we live in. Sounds crazy, right? While we in the ghetto looking at both of those motherfuckers like, I wish I had just that. So the hate that we giving them is outstanding. It's like, wow. And then making them go crazy. So see how it cycles? They do it to themselves, then they get the outside hate. So everybody's just going crazy because it's not about love. It's all about, well, I got to do this. Because all the type of pressure that we give each other, saying, because you don't have, because you was born as just a nut in the world with a dysfunctional family. We can't keep spreading that type of hate. We can't keep allowing our children to keep spreading that type of hate. Every time I'm out there and I'm out there on my hustle and grind, I gotta be checking these kids. I'll be checking your kids out there, like, yo, get out their pockets. Every day you ain't gonna come over at this table and think that you're gonna be in this kid pocket. And they giving me the money, but I'm like, yo, I don't want the money like that. You're gonna stop that. That ain't gonna be you. You ain't gonna grow up being in that next person's pocket like that all the time. Go home, do some chores. Go home and say, mommy, can I make some money? I take out the garbage every night. I'll be trying to teach your kids as I'm out there. This is training, it's icy dawn training camp everywhere I go. Because you're not getting through this door with those old mentalities. So I'm just getting down to this right here. Do I have any kids? No. And prayerfully, hell no. You know what I'm saying? No. And prayerfully, hell no. Did I wish I had? I wish I had a woman. It's like, forget the kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wish I had a woman to produce that baby with. Because the woman to produce that baby with is the most important part, because you need the right womb and you need just the right energy. And it seemed like in my life, I don't know where I was getting. I think a lot of times I was just being visited. And then when I come across maybe someone that's probably good, I probably was mentally putting them through a test, because I don't know what the hell, what spirit you come from. So yeah, to answer that question. If anybody would like to come in and conversate about this, especially if you have a child and you would like to just conversate, because this is a good topic, you know what I'm saying? Sacrificing, it's a great topic, to be honest. How many of us I say us, so just embracing it, you know what I'm saying? How many of us, because I don't want to say how many of you, so because it sounds like I'm pointing at you. How many of us have been sacrificing our children? How many of us are willing to keep sacrificing our children by not preparing? Like, I was talking to this one young lady, this young girl, and she was in school. She was good at something. Then she had the chance to go to college to be better at something. But for some reason, she chose not to do it, and she ended up getting pregnant. And so it's like, okay, you still young, you still got a chance. Nah, I don't even want none of that shit. And it's like, damn. So what is that from? And so, like, I had to really sit back and analyze. And so I was just like I say, it's like we passing down certain energies to our children. And it's like we passing down a lazy spell, a spell to be completely lazy. And because this world is even training you that you can make money off your phone, you don't even I'm seeing people doing Uber Eats and they was walking around with flip flops on, like they so comfortable. When Chinaman has been getting robbed all this time, but you were walking around with Uber and you walking with flip flops on. Chinaman died many years doing deliveries. And y'all just coming in this game like it's easy because you're getting some phone calls, you're getting some orders off your phone. So many Chinese men got bodied and robbed off this food delivery shit, where they only want to come into buildings, y'all just comfortable with this Uber shit, walk around with flip flops on like it couldn't happen to you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The world got y'all so complacent that y'all don't even understand the real struggles. Your children don't understand the real hardship. Don't really understand hard hands. Real men hands. Most of your boys' hands are fem hands. You give these boys hands, pounds, they are straight like, oh my God, I think I would crush your hand just into my hand. What type of hands you have? You have hands like your mama. Because they just being pampered. There's a difference between like even when I mentioned like Trump and the other person, they was in school, they was working hard. And like I said, dude, he had to graduate for this. You graduate, you get this, you get that and that. They work hard for certain things. But if you just ain't doing nothing, your mom's just buying you sitting in the house, they buying you the P this and they out there getting the NBA 200,000 and like they getting you all sorts of sneakers and things like that, and you ain't worth a pot to piss in because you never even took out the garbage. She got to ask you to help her with groceries because you're too busy playing your video games and you see her carrying the bags in. So about what you gonna cook, mom? So nigga, you need to go get the groceries. Like in my household, we were so different from a lot of your species, especially the boys. I can't really the girls not way different from a lot of you chicks too. That's what makes me so mad because I can't even really I gotta give them props too. But they could have been way better. But I tell you this, they run circles around most of y'all women who's in your 30s and 35s and down, 40s and down. Well, 35s and down. My younger sister, she's about 40 something. She's younger than me. I have an older sister. But when it came to mom and pulling up with the groceries, we looking out the window. Hey, come on, we outside. She ain't got to ask twice. She carried the little light bag with the fucking bread. And she's carrying too many heavy bags just because she wants to do it. It's because she's trying to help out. We looking at them like, Mom, stop. We got it. My mom's a bull. So I look at these women, how they doing their boys, and I used to buck my mom's like, we got it. To a point where she understood, let them be. We handle shit. And we had father around. So if we had something else that we had to get confirmation on, we go get confirmation. But once we reached a certain age, everything just changed. It was us boys. I don't know what y'all women are raising. It makes me sick. That's what I'm telling you. I can't come through this door. You can't come through this door if y'all have children like that. Y'all better fix these minds because you already sacrificed them. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You're sacrificing them. You're making them weak. You understand? You're making them weak. If your son is like the age of 26 and he has a niece, he got a nice little job right now. He driving, he got his own little place and he's doing kind of good for himself at the age. Good. But if he's still sitting around playing video games and you was one of those people who bought him all the video game system and that's what he's doing, you didn't break him out of that. And that's scary because his woman's going to have to deal with that too. And I know y'all folks out there love y'all video games. I know y'all do. Y'all love y'all video games like you love your sex and your weed and your cigarettes and your beer and your alcohol. Video games is up there. I know you love them, but you're sacrificing your children. This Christmas, we need to have this Christmas was a year that we supposed to have a family conference. Whatever people that's in good positions to be able to pull things off, we were supposed to organize a family conference. And how we're going to build up families. And that's what this was this year. 2021 supposed to be about how the year of the family. Like TD Jakes and all these motherfuckers. This year was supposed to be the year of the family. And all those big time pastors and ministers and reverends, or whatever you want to call them, across the world were supposed to be organizing that. The year of the family. So because we missed out on it that last year and we are popping up on this year, 2022 is the year of the family. No more cooning around. It's time for survival. Time to prepare. Because I swear, I don't think we have that much time, folks. We don't have that much time before the inevitable takes place. Okay, for example, every 100 years we're gonna have some crazy shit. Let's just put it like that. Every 100 years. So 100 years ago, like 1918, we had that Spanish flu. 2019, we had COVID. When AIDS came out, if you probably take back 100 years from before AIDS, they probably had another disease that hit the world real crazy. When we had whatever Hurricane Katrina, hurricane or whatever big earthquake or whatever, we probably had something else 100 years that took place. So now we're gonna talk about the shit coming out the sky. And if they want to say every 1,000 years, well, 1,000 years don't went by on some time. 1,000 years don't went by on some time and some level. And if they talk about it and they talking about for the first time in life that they are going, when William Shatner goes out to space and comes back crying like, yo, I can't believe I've done played this person in space all this time. And now here I am in space. And when they offering space rides, Tom Hanks was offered 20 a seat on the rocket for $28 million. Like shit, is that stock? Do that come with real estate on the planet? If I get $28 million to go out there to see, do I get do $8 million that they go towards land out there? What type of deals are they having on their table right now for lands that's unclaimed by any human being? And really is going to be the planet for the haves, while this planet is going to be for the have-nots. And we're going to be out here surviving by all means. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. If we could prepare for that survival by all means, we can actually live. And then we will actually do the right thing. That door will open for us. And everything that they thought they was doing in regards to destroying is actually us building. We're gonna take what they destroyed to build. And if we could start preparing for that destruction, for us to be able to build, to claim it and build from it, we win. That has to be the mindset for a winning team. A losing team would be like, man, yo, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Is nothing, or there's nothing we can do. Oh God, we need to pray. I believe in the God. I believe in the Father. I believe in Creator. I believe in Jesus. So, okay, well, then that's why he says, like, yo, y'all can do it. All you have to do is be like the ants, be like the squirrels, and prepare for this season to change. You have every resource and tool in the world right now. You have every brain power from every level to be able to think of from every creative form and fashion, from homelessness all the way to little kids. Every brain cell can work when it comes to the survival shit. And if we hear the win as we surviving, if we hear the win, the outcome of their destruction, for example, if they prepared for slavery, if they prepared, this is the best example I can give you for you Negroes, okay? When the wars was taking place and the word of war was coming about, and when they seen that the white man was actually showing some type of love for the Negroes, it was very important for the Negroes to start having much more love for themselves with that Nat Turner spirit, without the fighting and rebellion, but they should have much more love where they was preparing on some real like root shit and preparing like for the departure from the lands. Like every night. So yo, like if we was be able to become free, what will we do? And every night we discussing that. Every night we building on that as a slave. Not even building on the next day. Oh, about to get fucked up again. Building on like when we get free. Just like that Tupac song. When I get free, motherfuckers better watch their ass. Soon as I get released, I'ma cop some cash. You understand? Yo, once we get free, so if the destruction takes place, what are we preparing for? Or are we just going to have our children as sacrifices for whatever the consequences are? I know it's easy to do that because we're such in a lazy spirit. It's easy for us to do that because we're in a lazy spirit. My sister, I know her all my life. And so when she had a daughter, and her daughter was sitting there waiting for her mom's to cook these cookies, I sat there and I saw the plate of food my sister made. I saw her boyfriend there, and I saw them zone out watching TV. And I was in the kitchen with my niece. And I looked at her about looking at the cookies, and I was like, "Yo, we can make the cookies." She said, "No, I'm waiting for mommy to do it." And I said, "Your mommy not gonna make these cookies." And she said, "Yes, she is." I don't like when people really go over and say yes, and I'm like, especially when I take time, I'll tell you, nah, it's not gonna happen. It didn't happen. Those cookies stayed in that pack in that roll for like a week. It's in the refrigerator, freezer, whatever that shit is in there, the freezer. I'm just sitting there like, mm. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. We can't keep doing that. That teaches her to not be. You know, if she would have baked more, if she would have did it more, then maybe my niece would have been more into baking, more into really being in the kitchen and doing a whole lot of stuff. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. We have to be some form of motivation to our children. Otherwise, we just sacrificing them to be lazy, depressed, sad, frustrated. If we're not giving them any other type of motivation, we sacrificing their spirits. You might be depressed with a lot what's going on in your world, and then it's like you passing that depression to them, and it's like you sacrificing their future because they living in the depressive spirit, which is yours. We gotta understand that sacrifice is so much that we do, and it's all because that we stay being entertained with the laughter. We entertain with the foolery, the buffoon shit. Speaking of which, anybody know if Leonard Arnold is live? He was live yesterday. Do anybody know if Leonard Arnold is live today? You understand? It's not like I'm looking for him. Not like I'm really looking forward for him to be live. I really want him to come back live and come back live and strong. 2022. If he come back live with some old real shit, then he can really get some other fight type of love. He can maybe get through this door. But right now, the way he's moving, he can't get through this door. Leonard Arnold would not be able to get through that door because he's not coming through that door with that spirit. It's time to break that spirit. If Umar Johnson had half a brain and Leonard Arnold had half a brain, and Tariq Nasheed had, well, he has more of the brain than anybody. Personally, he's off the Coon of the year list for me. I just put it because somebody nominated him, but I think I'm not that unnominate him. He because if I'm not mistaken, he did reach out to Umar to be part of the whole shit. I'm pretty sure Umar just fucked up. But having those three individuals been able to like really make something happen instead of Lennon becoming a hater, if Lennon figured out how to, hate a little bit, get the following, then twist it, to get his beta, his alpha man on, and put the beta man to the side, and be like, and really be like, let's help this guy make it happen. And like I said, the way I looked at it, this is the way we could have did it, Lennon. Could have did a major fundraiser for about 3 boys from the Baltimore area, or 5 boys from the Baltimore area, the Jersey area, the Philly area, the Delaware area. You know what I'm saying? We could have made certain areas of that area to be able to go to the school, and we fundraise to get housing for these young men. There's so many ways that we could have did this for this man. But it's better for us to joke and laugh and ridicule a person for the pockets, for your own pockets. And at the very end, everyone loses. And we lose as men, looking stupid and looking like fools and look like coons and jesters for entertainment. And that's why I'm talking about coon of the week and coon of the day and coon of the year. Because so much ways that we could go about things in a better manner. Okay, we could joke you a little bit. Because like I've been on teams, we joke each other. Like if you're in the loser streak, we're gonna joke you a little bit, but then at the very end, we're gonna be like, nah, you gotta get up that loser streak shit. He's part of the team. We're gonna pull you to the side and do some extra batting practice, extra ground balls. We want to throw a little bit more. Nah, we part of a team. Go to the gym and work out. But you're gonna get joked in the van. But with us is with this whole YouTube world, we don't know when to polish people up. That's the right word. We like we can make we can step on your shoes, but we don't know when to polish them up. We know how to break each other down, but we don't know how to build each other up. Let's polish up the act. And I ain't talking about no FDMG. I'm just talking about in general. I just use that as a whole excuse. But Elena, if you would have really polished up the act once he got that school, once that man got that school, Lennon, if you spent the 2 years, if you spent 2019 and 2020 on really accepting the fact that you was wrong, and if you would have really truly fundraised for those 2 years, you would have made triple whatever you did on your own for yourself, and you've been able to be a major key true factor for the upliftment and opening of that school. But you didn't know how to polish up, and that's why I come back and it could be so harsh, because I'm like, yo, I thought that you was going to really get your act together, but you just kept going and going. It's like, yo, you really sound like a cornball. Because once that man got to school, your narrative was supposed to really change. You're supposed to have some humility, and you're supposed to say, "Yo, it's serious. He got it." And I think we really need to help him get it and get it going. And that's the spirit that he felt. You know what I'm saying? And I know because I spoke to him, so I already know. So he figured, let me help you get to school. So they fall back and they know I got to school, and they don't know I'm not trying to bullshit with this money. That was a conversation we had before the school. Because like I said, he told me about that school in Delaware, but that was his last choice. And as I got there, I understand why that was his last choice. Even though if he had the money, that would have been a great choice. If he had like $1 million off the rip, if he had his own money of $1 million straight up and down, and he got that school, and he opened that school, and he documented that school being open, and how he raised $1 million selling his books and shit like that, and he didn't really get no help from a lot of outside people online. You guys were like so proud of him being able to take that building and flip that building. Okay, all y'all folks who be watching TV flipping a house, if y'all was really understood that if he would have been able to flip that building the way that he thought he was going to be able to do, it wouldn't have been such a bad deal. But he didn't have the money. But if y'all would have really understood once he got those buildings, like, yo, let's help him get that shit. That's why I went there, because I was like, okay, he got it. Let's make sure that it goes forward. That's what makes me want to choke him. But yet and still, you guys really played the part and damaged that man's spirit, damaged that man's mental, allowing those demons to really take over his ass. You guys really built up the demons that was in him. You guys really, for example, my man out back in Queens, he says, yo, I can tell ever since his grandfather died that his energy just turned way different. And he even said, like, I mean, it's better this way. He said it's better that way. It's better to be that certain character. Once I'm looking at him, like, because I know I would knock his head off him, I'll be being like, okay, homie, let me get away from you. Because I mean, that's his place, so I can't fight him on it. But nigga, please. But being a evil way to protect yourself. And that's what I'm talking about. He's being an evil way to protect himself, but he's hurting himself because he don't know what to be protect himself from. And that's all because, like I said, having you guys, once he got that building, if you guys would have really just started polishing up Black Man, then we've been good. We don't polish up one another. It's hard for us to polish up one another when we spending too much time doing the crazy shit. It's hard to hear me when there's too much laughter, right? You can't hear the little voice when you're laughing too loud, right? You can't hear me. It's hard to hear me it's hard to hear the voice when you're laughing too much, when everything's laughter and jokes. It's hard to hear it. And that's what I'm just saying to you folks. Stop sacrificing your kids. It's time for you to become the light. If you're a father figure, but you're not in your household with your father, with your children, it's time for you to become that man and really, really, really do whatever it is that you have to do to make sure that you prepare a table for them. And we don't care what mama say. This has to be done. Just because she says she don't need it or she don't want it doesn't mean that you don't have to. It's a must that you start preparing these tables for these children. And the only table that we have to prepare right now is preparation for this rock falling out the sky. I'm serious. That's where my mind's at right now. Prepare for whatever destruction that they're going to be causing on this planet because they are escaping to another planet. Whoever thought that this really be happening, but we done seen so many movies now. We done seen so much movies. Let Let me ask you a question. I don't really know about Star Trek 100%, but let me ask you a question. The voyage that they was on, when they came back to Earth, what was Earth like? It was the same. It was just regular. Was Earth any different? I don't remember them. Every time I really seen Star Trek, I always know they was always in space. I don't remember the episode of them returning back to Earth. I don't know if they put it in the movie or some shit like that. But was the Earth ever get destroyed or was ever altered, messed up, where they have all those spaceships up in skies? This is my own little thought about Star Trek. But they've been showing us, them colonizing the skies and Battlestar Galactica. We done seen so many different old school shows about the stars, and so I'm just trying to get us at. So I'm just trying to get us on the right page. No, you're right about that. He is, but it's not. But it's beyond him being responsible for his own actions, because his own actions was really his own actions was his character, yeah. But his actions, his real actions, was getting obtaining the school. So that's his actions I'm talking about. His mentality, his own, his character. That's all characteristics. That's one thing. His actions, I mean, yeah, I mean, we go deep with that, but the real actions of me knowing him was him coming out to the world and letting us black folks know that we need to really start changing a little bit about us, and then he wanted to open up a school to help train the children on that. Now, actions in regards to talk about gays, I mean, I talk about gays too. Actions in regards to talk about lesbians and that world, I talk about that as well, because I say that we need, like I say, instead of it being like an independent woman and just a feminist movement, you ain't gonna get the victory that way. You gotta put at the very end result, you gotta have man there. So I stand on that. So actions in regards to those two things, I would defend that to the end myself. The only actions that really is bothering people is the same actions that I give. And people like, who is he to be telling us how to spend our money? See, actions like that, then I don't care about those. If y'all guys can't understand those actions, then y'all don't understand the reality. You can't get through this door. Can't get through this door if y'all don't understand those actions. Like I said, telling you folks that, yo, it's been long, way too long for us to keep spending recklessly our bread. That's something somebody have to say it. Somebody have to say these words. And most people don't like to hear it because most people just like to be consumers. You understand what I'm saying? Most people like to be consumers, so most people don't want to hear you, and so they're gonna ride with that. And as long as other people be like, yeah, 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 then you got a team. But we need more team players saying, no, 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 we can't keep spending our money like that. No, you can't keep. The more and more men that really start rising up, and really telling us, no, we cannot, and we shall not, and we will not spend our money the way we are so frivolously. You know how much money people spent up in the pandemic. Okay, I'm gonna ask you this question: for all the folks who got pandemic money, how much of that money went towards food, Uber eating out, takeout, and that's all because of a lazy spell that we've been under. And that's what I'm saying. That's the sacrifice. Those are the sacrifices that's been passed down ever since our women has stopped really cooking meals and being real strong, independent women in the kitchen, and we start relying on fast food. That pandemic money went to Uber and all those other ways of getting your food, because you don't have people be like, yo, you got cooked today. You could just be lazy. It's structure that has to come amongst us people, yo. And that's where we at. Stop sacrificing your baby. Stop sacrificing. Stop sacrificing. Our health is not good because we don't know how to eat properly. Your children's health is not good because you're not having them eat properly. EBT cards just go towards junk food. You be giving your kids the EBT card, they go to the store and buy $10, $11 worth of junk food. Next year, if I could figure out the way to be able to have an EBT card, um, swipe machine, I'm get rich. I have all the junk for y'all. I'll be your sugar dope man. I'll be your pusher. I'm your pusher. I'll push that sugar to you. I'll give you your Takis if that's what you want. But when you come to my table, I'm also going to give you some words of wisdom. You go brush your teeth, invest this money. I'm going to tell you about the rocket. Oh yeah, I talk to all my peoples. I got subscribers in the street. It's not no game, folks. It's nothing fake about me. But you're not getting through that door if you think that we still gonna be living like this. It's time for us to start polishing up each other. If there's somebody that you know in your life, your personal life, right? When you talk about like we're not talking about these online folks. We talk about like someone in your personal life. Instead of you ridiculing and talk about more time, try and do something in 2022 to help polish them up, so that you can say, "Well, I did my part." Even if you did your part, just try and do a little something just to polish them up on this level and let them know I'm just trying to polish you up. Take it for how you want to. Not even throwing it in the person's face. You let them know you're just trying to help polish them up. I came across this designer who designed my web and everything. And I was like, yo, all I need is someone to help polish me up. That's where I get that from. I get that from me saying to myself and me hearing someone saying that about me. One of my other artists who helped me paint this mural, his dad said, I like Don. He just need a little tweaking, a little polishing up. His father was also a law enforcement. He was a retired cop. So, for him to say that, of course. So hear what I'm saying, folks. Polish up your children. Don't sacrifice them. If you see your child is on his way to be obese, your daughter's on her way to be obese, polish her up. Don't sacrifice her. Stop giving her the things that's going to keep getting her bigger and bigger and bigger, him bigger and bigger. Especially if you know that you're going to use their weight for anything good. Polish your children up, polish yourself up, polish your spouse up, and start polishing up your community. Because as I even say, polish up of your own community. Okay, matter of fact, I'm gonna go to this right here. It says Umar is responsible for his own actions. He's going to be held accountable for what he does. And so I'm gonna take away Umar. I'm gonna say black people is responsible for their own actions. They're going to be held accountable for what they do. Okay, folks. I like how the words can just finesse. So this right here says it don't say Umar. This right here says black people is responsible for their own actions. They're going to be held accountable for what they do. You follow? And Star Trek never had an episode showing the Earth. And that's what I don't think so neither. That's what I'm saying. Do you ever remember? I think one time they landed and they came back, but I cannot remember. Matter of fact, I got my laptop right here. Let me check real quick. But yeah, if you got your laptop, if you can check on that real quick. Shut up, boy. If you can check on that real quick, Star Trek Returns to Earth. Okay, I put that right. Star Trek Return to Earth. Okay, Star Trek Return to Earth. You got it there. Okay, let's see. Star Trek 4. See, it was in the movie. But that's what I'm saying. I don't, yeah, no movie shit. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to do a movie on that nature. I'm talking about the old school show. Nope. It said the movie. Star Trek 20th Century Human. Nope, not that. Star Trek 5, The Voyage Home. Nope. Those are all movies. Nope. Oh, wait. With Earth Space Dock in Star Trek 1984 and 91. Let's, okay, hold on. They said there's an Earth Space Dock. So they had a little space dock episode in 1984. Let's see what that's about. But yeah, I just caught this in the thing. I was talking about something different, but I was talking about something different. I just seen this in the I seen that conversation. So I like when people have good conversation, especially when they're paying attention to what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, this episode was when they come into the space dock, the Earth space dock. I don't know. But it's still in fucking space. Nah. Nope. Nope. This is just docking. Yeah. Nah, never return to Earth. And that's what I'm trying to tell you folks. They've been trying to tell us forever something. And what is this whole mission once they leave this planet? What is it all about? Or the haves going to leave this planet and they're going to colonize their planet and leave the have-nots here? And like I said before about the treaty that they did with the alien nation, are they really going to have that special treaty where the alien nation now have unlimited supplies to the humans? Before they had limited access to the humans? Are we going to leave this planet and leave everything, all of our resources to them for a pack of having, no problems up in the sky? You know what I'm saying? For us to be protected, for them to protect us in this space? Are they going to be our protectors on our new planet that we're going to go back and colonize while we sacrifice all the food out here for them and the resources on this planet? Like, what is really going on? What type of treaty is this? What's the deal? And that's what I'm trying to tell you. We cannot sacrifice our children for the next 5 years. We need to prepare. Take your children out of school. Okay. Okay. All right, folks. I got set up for this one. Because, and I gotta go camera watch for this one because this is about to be real. This is where we going with it. This is real preparation. Take your children out of the school system now. Period. You don't need it. Take the kids out the school system, because if we only really even have that many years left before some shit really happens, let's say 5, 6, 10 years from now, whatever education that your kid is at the age of 6 and they get, you can teach at home, they can teach online. If you want to learn fractions, go there, go to YouTube, learn fractions. If you want to learn a little bit of history and you want to know world history, you go on YouTube, you go to Google, and you learn world history right now. Forget about the school system. The only reason why you got the school system is for most parents just to have free time for your kids, the babysitter system. No. Number one, if you want to prepare and get our minds right and prepare for this whole storm that's about to come down, we got to take ourselves away from most systems. We got to take ourselves out of their system so they don't have control over us in their system. They don't have rules and regulations over in their system. Now, it hurts me so bad because before this Bitcoin came about, I was in an organization, we was trying to come up with our own monetary system. And I'm telling you that we must come up with our own economic system, period. Even if it goes back to rich barterism, we have to go back to bartering. And that's what I'm saying. Take your children out of the world, and now it's time to work your kids. If you have your home business, if you have a business, if you have a restaurant, if you have a store, bring your kids, make them work. Cut costs right now. There was this Yemen girl. She came to my icy line, and she's picking up the kid every day, and the kid get out of school for 2:30, but she's picking up the kid. And I'm thinking that she's an auntie or a grown girl. because she got a wrap on. Can't see her. And I was like, I'm sorry, miss. And she said, I'm not, miss. I'm 14. She said, I'm 14. She said, I'm 14. I said, oh. And I said, oh. She said, and then she said, I just don't go to school. I said, huh? She said, yeah, I don't go to school. I was like, okay. And then it clicked. I said, she must work. Understand what I'm saying? She don't go to school. It was one of the guys who pushed the icy cart. The kids had school, and I used to see his son all the time just pushing the icy cart while kids are in school. The boy has a car. The boy got a wife now. And the boy's only about like 21 now because it's only been like 5 years. Understand what I'm saying? He's probably only like 21. But you learn how to sacrifice yourself and not be sacrificed. And that's what we talk about. Fast food restaurants are popular because the wife, woman are forced to come out the house to work. The average American family needs 2 household incomes. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And that's why thank you, Albie. And that's what I'm saying. At this door, that's the first fact that everyone must have in their mind. You cannot enter this door thinking that it's about independent womanness. That don't work here because we have a lot of people. Everybody is on this side of the room is building family structure. They're building family values. And because we building family values, we can't tarnish it with any other thoughts except for family. And so this right here is killing us. But fast food restaurants are popular because, and I'm gonna have to beg the difference for this because I'm not gonna lie. Hear what I'm saying to you folks. My mom's was a beast. My mom's was a beast. I don't know what fast food is. It was me, my brother, my sister, my sister. It was 4 kids in the house, my dad and my mom. It was 6 of us in the house, guaranteed. Before the kids, now before my sisters had babies and before my brother had babies, my friends used to come to the house and they used to eat, and the neighbors across the street they would eat, but then their moms had them stay home, and I wasn't eating all the time because they were probably always saying the food was too good and mom, your food sucked. You know what I'm saying? I already know that was going down. So, but with the boys, that my people, when they used to come down the block, it was always an agreement because they grew up with their father too. Their father's in the house too, so he was like, "I'm a barbecue too." So he would barbecue. He would and tell us to come down and eat some food. So that with men is a different type of thing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "What food good? I'm a bring my grill out." You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of us. It's not about taking away, and because oh, now you ain't gonna eat their food no more because you complain about me and don't want to eat my food. No, it's not about that. It's like, well, shit, go down there and eat. But when we come down there, we always ate. We ate very well down the block. And shit, after a while, we just be down there because he would always buy food for us. So he'd get the giant box of burgers for us to cook our burgers. So because we was independent boys, it was me and my brother, we go down the block to my boy's house and we eat, we chilling, we family. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's a different family values that's needed to move forward. Oh, yes, you did, Mister. Because I mean, I just recapped that door thing. Yeah, the door I'm speaking about is like, okay. I'm glad you came and asked that because I keep talking about the door, but I'm trying to remember what made me talk about the door. Okay, right now we talk about Noah's. Like if we was in those, okay, yeah, I said like the book in the biblical times, and you had these characters in that book. And then you had the special situation that took place where the earth had, went through some destruction in this book. Like if you go to jail and you read that book, if you living in purpose, you want to read that book. If you believe you want to read that book spoke about a lot of destruction. And then they spoke about a person that built up an ark and it was only allowed to allow a certain amount of everything in there. And I said, now, if I was, I said, I'm at this door. I'm at the door of life for the other side because oh yeah, here we go. Because it's like a video game that we playing, and everybody in the world is at this one last board. Just imagine everybody is lined up at this one board trying to get through this one door, and they don't know how to get through this door. They don't know how to get off this board, and I'm at the door, and the only way that you can get through this door is to understand certain rules. And the number one rule is family on this side. On this side of the door, you have to have a mindset of family. So if you come into the door thinking as an independent woman, a strong independent woman, that's not going to get you through the door. All the beautiful things that you did for those babies in regards to the sacrifice you did and work and everything, that still don't mean it's a family, because you can't come on that side thinking that you're going to preach that as being a family. So we talk about that door getting to or across out off this board to the next board, which is the final stage. It's like Mario Brothers. Now it's time to fight the dragon. We can't fight this dragon with that mentality, because that's going to destroy the people itself. You're going to fight the dragon. The dragon has to be defeated with love, and within the people, within the team. Yeah, that's we talk about team. Within the team have to be right. Yeah, you missed a lot. And I'm freestyling, so I'm just going back. We talk about team. We have to understand that to get through this door, you have to have a team mindset. It can't be about I. It can't be about independent. It can't be about that word independent, because that word independent is with an I. So I said it's about we. And so I just put the W in front of the I, and I said when dependent. With what I say earlier? Independent, when dependent. Okay, we got to be dependent on each other. That's the only way to win. To get through that door. That's what I'm trying to tell you. To get through that door is different. Everything that you've been taught on the other side of the door doesn't go for this side of the door. Because what you've been taught on this side of the door is all backwards and wrong. I even broke it down for you to understand like this. I spoke about Donald Trump. When he was born, the world was built so much on hate that we hate on each other so much, whatever we have. And I said, just take example of some richness. Let's take a white boy. He's in college with Donald Trump. His daddy is paying for his college. This guy's his tuition is being paid for the whole 4 years, and he's given a nice, beautiful car. And he's also have a job within the dad's business. But then when he graduates, he's promised to be able to make 6 figures off the jump. All you have to do is bring that diploma. You got the car ready. You're going to have the 6 figures. Now, Donald Trump's father just pulled him out and say, I'm going to give you this $1 million to start business. Now, that same person who got the 6-figure job guaranteed, who got the car and got the tuition for 4 years paid up, 5 years, whatever it takes is paid up for by his father, is still going to hate on Donald Trump because Donald Trump's father gave him $1 million. And then while we sitting back looking at all that going on, we have nothing but nigga hate, like, yo, what the fuck? Y'all got this. And you. So we all hating on each other. And I'm saying that that's not being a team player. And that's not the teamwork we're going to need to get through that door. So that's where it all stemmed from, that door. That door is very important because, like I said, we at the end of the game. Folks, we made it. We made it. And all we got to do is come together and spread love and have real love. And love is family, and have structure, and stop sacrificing and trying to pass down the torch. That's what we always trying to do, pass down the torch. It don't even sound right. I'm going to pass down the light. Well, did you shine the light? How bright did you shine the light? How many people did you guide with the light before you start passing the torch down? And that's what I'm saying. We got to stop sacrificing everything to our children, sacrificing our kids. And like I say, once we get through that door, whatever destruction that takes place on this side it is what it is. But you can't get through this door with the wrong mentality. And women, I love y'all. So I'm straight. I'm a straight man. The only way you can get through this door is understanding that you must be a nurturer. You must be a female. You must be a mother first. You must be a wife first. You must be everything before you be an independent woman. And with that mentality, you will be able to get through this door and become powerful because you represent something much more than what was on the other side of that door. Because like the last 30 years of our independence, when our strong independent mothers, this is the outcome of it. And so I don't know how many people's really content and happy with what they are dealing with in this world and the outcome of this world. But this is all because of independency and rights, allowing certain things to be right and this to be that and this that, and there's no real structure dealing with man. And I ain't talking about just any man. I'm talking about man. Because the man that was actually there was a beast, to be honest. The man before was a beast. But it's now time for man to be part of the equation. And that's the way to get through this door. Because I don't care what anybody say, if chaos is taking place and destruction is happening, I don't want to just be around women and kids. How many men out there want to be the man amongst 30 women and their kids, and they all got like the average of 3 kids each? So how many people want to lead that right there? The women and kids with no other men helping leading that. Like I said, when chaos takes place, we have to have man there. We're going to need manpower. And that's where we are in these last 10 years of living. We have to have that mentality. No more sacrificing, no more passing the torch down, no more putting the blame on the next one, or because we stay easy to blame the youth. Oh, this the youth and their music. They said that back when the hip hop came out first in the 80s. How we ever even have the audacity to be saying that about hip hop and blaming these young people for the music of hip hop? It's not even like it's no longer. It's still hip hop. It's still rap. And we talk about, oh, because these kids love the way niggas talk about blasting the gun. It's just that they can get the gun. We've been sacrificing our children with everything. The food they eat and the music they listen to and the things they watch. We've been sacrificing. That's why it's easy for them to kill each other. That's not going to get through that door. That mentality must be burned. So thanks, Todd. Thanks for coming in with that. You know what I'm saying? I might missed out. Yeah, really appreciate that. Yeah, and AB, thanks for letting them know, because I wasn't even thinking that, but I like how you came back and said the door similar to Armageddon. You know what I'm saying? So you paying attention with good ears. Thank you. Thanks, ladies, for even checking that. But I just want you to understand, if you have children, there's no more time for you to be sacrificing them. And like I even said, like if you have a baby boy and he's like 1.5 years of age and he's looking like, damn, he can look at his shoulders, look at his back, he's gonna be big, he's gonna be a football player. And here you are saying in your mind like, ching, I'm gonna do everything I need to do because he's gonna make it to the NFL. He's gonna make it to the NFL, the NBA. He's gonna be my meal ticket. Don't sacrifice your children like in that nature, especially if you're not working out with them, if you're not feeding them right food, because you got to remember, once they become an athlete, they get training, then they have to go on a certain type of regimen. They have to start eating differently. So if you're not really doing if you're not sacrificing on yourself for them, it's like you just think that they're going to just do everything they need to do, and you just give them some money and get by their sneakers and stuff like that and put them in the school. No, you have to have a mentality there as well. Because once they decide this is too much for me, I can't do it, now you're going to look at all the money that you spent on him, and now you're going to look at him as a liability. And then you're going to want him to go get out, get a job, and get out your face. And deep down inside, and reimburse him for all that damn money I spent on your ass. That's going to be deep down. Because we're moving as sacrificing our children. Is there anybody who would like to, let me know something else on this right here? Even like a person who might even felt like, saying they know somebody who might have was doing that with their kid. Saying there was always baby boy was big and really thought that he was gonna be a football player. Then he ended up hurting his knee at the age of 16 and that shit just ended. Comments is always good, but I want a little feedback today on this comment, this topic, because like I said, we have a rock that's in the sky. I'm really staying focused. We have a rock that's in the sky, and we are sacrificing our children every time. We got Christmas coming up. We had Thanksgiving that just went by. We have a rock. We have rocks that's in the sky. We have rockets that's being flown into the sky to shoot them down. And we really sitting back and thinking there's nothing's going to happen. We have billionaires talking about they moving. Tesla said he want to die on Mars. What's so bad about Earth that you want to die on Mars? You don't even know nothing about Mars. Why would you want to die on Mars? That means they already know that this planet is washed up. And by us not really having these discussions with our children, by us not really start preparing and really start focusing, and by us just constantly being the consumer, you're sacrificing your children with the ha ha he ho ho. And that hurts me. But it's all good though, folks, because like I said, I grew up with a lot of people in my neighborhood, and we did a lot of laughter. We joked on each other. But I was one of the people who sat back and was looking at this one girl that we was joking, and I told everybody, I said, "Yo, leave her alone, because it doesn't even affect her no more." And as she got older, she became very pretty, and she went from the little skinny twig, she got a little fat butt, she's tall, and she got body. And now who's laughing now? So yeah, folks, let's start with the laughter. Let's start with building, and let's start focusing on our children. I don't have no kids, but your kids is my kids. As long as I have to be part of the team, as long as I'm part of the team, I'm definitely in the leadership position, and I'm in the sacrifice position. I told you I'm being sacrificed for the team. So that's why I speak strongly about sacrifice. Don't sacrifice your children. I really appreciate you guys checking in with me. Rich people are strange like, hell yeah, you know rich people are strange like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you, yo. It's beyond strange like that. This nigga said he want to die on the moon, on Mars, but it's not even strange. It's not strange. This is why I want you to really understand. Okay, I was looking at rich people having fun, and the toys that they be having fun and doing having fun with. Yo, I mean, like the stuff that they playing with is like stuff that you be seeing in James Bond movies. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, okay, I was with this group. I was with in the organization, and this is me really talk about this right here, AB. When you said rich people are strange like that, yeah, I agree. But then again, it's the when you get rich, it's going to be strange to us. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, this is strange that Rick Ross. Damn, I'm about to forget my other thought. But that Rick Ross will buy $1 million home just to drive by in the neighborhood of the house that he wanted to buy because he ain't buy it yet. So he just want to drive by to see it. That's weird and strange to me. But I was with this organization, and we went to this technology development. It was a viewing. It was like we was viewing all these people with different technology. It was kind of weird because I'm sitting up in there. This guy had something to make eggs without a pan, and it was just all sorts of crazy stuff with technology. And this was like 1999. Okay, and so I'm just looking at all this technology stuff and all these people, and there was black folks coming. You know, it was in Brooklyn. We was in Brooklyn. We was over by Nostrand Ave in Brooklyn. It's where they be doing parties at. It's in the house, but the brownstone house over by the A train, right over there. I don't know if it's Nostrand or Franklin, one of those blocks over there. But anyway, it's a well-known place where they do all the Jamaican parties. But they had an event up in there was all technology. And like I say, once you understand technology, the advance in technology is at a certain high level, the world is really strange. That's why it sounds strange that I'm saying that they shot a rocket up in the sky to bump shoot an asteroid. And I'm saying that I don't think that's an asteroid. I think that's actually a planet. That sounds strange, but it's just that rich people know more than we do. Wealthy people know more than we do. People in power knows much more than what we do. So a lot of shit might sound strange. So for this dude to be told about he want to die, he's or not want to, but he's going to die on another planet means that he knows he got to get the hell up out of here. It's just that you can't let the people know. Remember 2012? Remember 2012 and when the Russian boxer, the Russian rich dude, he was at the boxing match and he had that bad little skinny little snowflake with him. And he's like, "What are you doing with her? Oh, you rich." And so he was with the chick. She's all furred up and you diamond up. He just spent all his money on the chick. And he got the little call on his watch. He looked at that shit and he just upped, walked away, and left everything as it was, as it is. Didn't say nothing else. He was gone. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, folks. They know what we don't know. Jay-Z album, when 9/11 took place, and I don't know how many people paid attention to it, but when Jay-Z changed his release date like 2 times. One date was like the 18th, the next date was the 15th, then he turned it, then he did for September 11th. And then when he dropped the album, when you open up the album cover, everything was red, white, and blue, and he's holding flags with his head down. He's looking kind of sad and depressed. And that's the day he dropped the shit, in the 9/11. Rich people know shit that we don't know. So it might seem strange to us, but it's like that's why I say we need to pay attention to what he said. If he says he's going to die on Mars, I think we need to be ready to start fortifying ourselves for whatever's about to happen here on Earth. If we don't have the passport to get to Mars, we need to start preparing on Earth. They definitely strange like that, but they know some things that we gotta be like, damn. Dave Chappelle knew, let me get the hell up out of here, go to Africa real quick, get myself right before I come back to this shit. Let me make sure I get a ranch far away from everybody, far away from everything, make sure I have everything I need, and fuck the world. Because he knows something. Prince knew something. Everybody who's rich, they know something. And their behavior becomes strange. Very strange because we don't really want to open up our eyes to what the hell they saying. Like Martin Lawrence running down the block, talk about they after me. They after me with a gun. Like Kanye West talking about, yo, I know you're going to send your goons after me, Jay. You know what I'm saying? I know. What does he talk about? Y'all know what he talk about? For him to stop his concert and do something like that? Then for him to run with Donald Trump? That was very strange, but it was so weird because I knew what he was doing. And I told the girl at the time, I said, yo, homegirl, I said, yo, look, I said it before he even did it. That's what spooked me out. I said, yo, he gotta get protected. I said he need to really like fuck with Trump or something. And the next thing you know, she said, yo, look at the TV. And it was a deal with Trump. I was like, told you. I said, he ain't stupid. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. It looks strange to us, but if you pay attention to the rabbit hole and know how this rabbit hole moves, you understand that we are really sacrificing our children. Thank you for your listening ear. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for your support. The movement needs you. We need you. We need you to get a little more serious, folks. And we need you not to be afraid. We need you not to be afraid to, build a family, and we need for you to stop with this crazy shit because that's what's killing us. Now, I know it's entertaining, but
Okay, bravo.
I know it's entertaining, but it's really killing us. Thank you for your listening, support. Have a beautiful day.